Hi there, English Picker here. These are my antique thrift haul picking finds for the weekend of the 10th and the 11th of March 2012. All these finds actually came down from London, in and around sort of central and the outskirts of London, from different shops, markets, flea markets, vintage shops, antique shops, all sorts. It's mostly coins, but I did pick up some jewellery as well. So here's what I found. Okay, so I'll do the jewellery first. This jewellery I actually picked up from like a kind of a charity shop, kind of a vintage shop, like an upmarket charity shop really. Some of the clothing and stuff was hideously expensive, but I managed to pull these out of the costume jewellery area. Got this nice brooch. It was gilded at one time, but it's worn off, with like paste stones, but it says 800 on the back, so it's 800 silver, £1.50, pretty cool. I mean, there's more than that in scrap, but I should be able to resell it for more than that. Then I picked up this sort of nasty sort of looking bracelet. It's marked 925 there, and on the clasp, weighs an absolute ton, probably weighs about half an ounce. So that's cool, got it for £2.50, so I should be able to get £8 or £9 for that. That's brilliant. And then lastly, I got this really long necklace all the way here, really long. I mean, it's probably about, I don't know, a foot long, so 24 to 26 inch chain, and it's marked 925 just there, and it's also marked 925 on here and on the clasp, which is important because sometimes clasps can be replaced. This was from an actual upmarket vintage shop. They sold really sort of clothes that were sort of 20 years old, that from sort of Marks and Spencer's, for hideously expensive prices. And I paid £5 for this, and there is an ounce of silver in it, so just over an ounce, because you know it's quite a lot of weight, and this end bit is ever so thick. So yeah, pretty cool. An ounce of silver for £5. Happy days. Okay, so onto the coins now. These came from all sorts of antique markets, car boots. I mean, we really did some walking. Me and the girlfriend did a lot of walking. So, and just so you know, I don't get it right all the time. This is my reject pile here of stuff that I bought and it wasn't so good. You know, everything from Norwegian 10 ore. I mean, that date isn't silver, that date is. So it's really difficult to tell. To Jamaican pennies, which is copper nickel. All this will be copper nickel. I'm sure there's some numismatic value in some of it, like this minty 1968 £1. But to me, I put it to one side because it doesn't have precious metals in it. So I sort of think less of it. I mean, some of it's dreadful. I don't know why I even bought this one. It's so worn. But you know, you win some, you lose some. So yeah, there's my reject pile. These are ones I haven't researched yet. 50 ore, something from Indonesia. Don't even know why I bought that one. You can't make out what it is. Belgium and Japanese. I'll quickly skim over the other silvers that I've pulled out. Got some Sweden and Swedish coins, some 10 ores. They've got silver in them. In those dates, 25 ore. A Netherlands 10 cent. A 10 cent from Ceylon, which is now Sri Lanka, 1911. Got Moroccan coin, that's got silver in it. Got another Swedish coin, that's got silver in it. That's probably about the size of a nickel. Got another Egyptian coins. These are 50% silver. I always keep an eye out for these because they're quite distinctive. Got this cool Greek coin. It's got some real nice edge lettering to it. 1960, but it is still silver, which is cool. It must be a commemorative one. Got these all ranged in price for between 66p, because it was 3 for £1, and 50p. Somewhere around. Some of the smaller ones were cheaper. New Zealand 1 shilling. I think that's 50% silver, but I'm sure someone will correct me. And then I got this East Africa 1 shilling. With these ones, they're actually they're 250 silver, so they're 25% silver, which is pretty rubbish, but still silver there, so the refiners will still take it. Then I got Canadian dime, and then I got 3 of these Portuguese coins. You can tell the ones that have got silver in because they've got plumped out sails. If they've got sails without wind in them, then they haven't got silver, but the ones like this have got a percentage silver. I think they're around 800 silver, something like that. So next on to the American coins. Now I pulled most of these American coins out of actually a guy who sold coins, but he mainly specialised in English coins, and he had a big thing of, you know, memorial cents and all sorts. But I pulled these out of his nickel bag, and they're 4 war nickels. Now most British coin collectors I know don't know that there's silver in war nickels, and obviously, you know, the guy who got them in there, I wasn't going to tell him that there's 35% silver in them. So some of them are really, really worn, like that one's just gone. The range in dates, there's a 43p, a 44p, a 44s, and a 45p. I got those for 50p each, so £2 invested in all of those. 35% silver. I've got most of the dates, but you know, easy flip on eBay. Next thing I got, these were from a guy who got a great big coin bucket. That one was on the side, so I paid £2.50 for it. It's a real minty condition, 1954 silver quarter. Really, really nice condition. No mint mark. And then this was out of his mixed coin box. I actually got for 75p. 1942, quite tarnished, quite worn quarter. So, you know, there's a good bit of silver in those. So that's probably just junk silver, but that one's a keeper definitely because it's real minty. And in various different places I went through the dime things. I got a Mercury dime, 1944. Mint mark, 1946 Rosie, no mint mark, 1950, no mint mark, 1956 D, and 1958. They range between £1 each and 50p, so I think I paid £1 for that, and then the rest were 50p each, which is great. Most of the Rosies, I mean, that's pretty obvious that it would be silver, but the Rosies get mixed in with the other Rosies and get lost. I got some Indian head pennies, paid between 20p and 50p each for these. Most of them in quite nice condition. They've got 18, none of these have got any mint marks, 1898, a 1903, and then I don't know why I got 3 of them. I think just because they were there. 3 1906 is one with quite a bad rim bump. Got 2 Wheaties, 1940 and a 1946, and then I got some fairly worn V nickels. I got one 1909. I got an 1898 and another 1898, and then this one looks like it's been dug up for metal detecting. I think it says 1883, but I'm not too sure because it is very black. So if anybody knows how I can clean that up, that would be cool. And then my star American find really was this shield nickel, I think you call it. It's I'm pretty sure it says 1866. It is holed, which is annoying, and it is quite worn. If the hole wasn't there, but it's the one with rays, which I think was just for the first 2 years. They got rid of the rays after that. So if anybody knows any information about this, I mean, that's a keeper because with the hole I won't be able to resell it, and the collectors won't want it because it's a bit worn as well. But you know, it's quite nice to find one of those. Okay, lastly the English coins. Got one of these 10, good for 10 bob. Another one of these, which is pretty cool. They seem to sell well. I go on to the coppers. Most of these were in a thing which was 3 for £1. Some of them, I don't know why I got them, just because I kind of got excited that there was old ones in there. I got this one, I think it could be silver, but there's absolutely nothing on it. So I'll clean that up, try and polish it up. If it's copper, it'll just go in the junk pile, but if not, it'll go in the silver melt. But there's some old ones here from the 1700s, George II and George I. Quite roached, but you know, still cool. Still old coins, they're all farthings, I think. That's an early 1700s one, I think it's a George I, because you can tell from the banding on the outside. Then this one's the only one you can make out the date, 1775. That's pretty cool. So yeah, that's a George III, I think. So yeah, on to some of the better coppers now. We've got a George IV, I think it is, or George III. Early 1800s, can't quite make it out, but you can see the sort of bull's bust there. Then I got this coin. It looks like it's been dug up from metal detecting. It's an early Victoria, and it says to hand over, and then there's like almost the thing of a sovereign on there with George and the Dragon, and it says 1837. So if anybody knows what this is it like a copy? I've seen them before, but not too sure. Got really nice condition farthing. Again, looks like it's been dug up. 1897. Some real nice detail on that, so that's cool. Got another nice farthing. 1891. In fine to condition. Nice head there. Then this one I paid up for. Paid a £5 for this. I probably paid too much. It's a George III, but it is, you know, in, I say, fine condition. 1773. So to get old coppers like that out of a rummage box is, you know, good. But he did notice what it was and he asked a £5 for it, which is annoying. But he threw this one in for free, which is a 1776. I think it's a halfpenny, George III. And then I got this one as well for 50p. It's quite thick. It says, I think it says 1745 on it. It's pretty cool. George II, I think. Pretty cool. Then I got this one, which is quite an early one. It's 1600s. It's the one where I think it's Mary and what's his name. There's the two busts there. You can just see a nose there, and then you can see another face there. The other side's gone, but it's from sort of the 1600s, which is really cool considering it was 50p. Then I got these. Might need a bit of help with this one. It says on it, George, Prince of Wales, halfpenny. You can see in there. I think it's a token. It's got an early sort of milled edge, so there's some age to it. So good thickness. And then there's the like a coat of arms on there, and it says London. And why is it Birmingham? But not London and something. London and something. And it says halfpenny again, but there's no date. Really strange. So if anybody knows anything about this, that's quite cool. It's 50p anyway. Pretty cool. Then I've got some good Irish ones here. Say, I think it's Hibernia on it. Got the thing there. And this side's a bit gone. So I think it's like a George IV or George III. And then this one's nice. 50p again. That side's quite nice. 1806 I think that says. I've got it there. Pretty cool, George III. Then I got these. These are cracking. These were 20p each. This is a, I think it's a Roman. You can see it there, a bit of detail on it. It's a bit fractured, and then this side you've got dude's face on it there. So yeah, pretty cool. And then I got this one. Now, it's a shame it's a half, but some of the details on it are pretty cool. It's like a castle. There, and you can see it there. It looks like a hamlet, but it's copper, so I don't know if it's a reckoning counter. The other side's pretty gone. You can't make out much except some lettering around the edge. So if anyone has any idea, I don't know if it's like a Nuremberg reckoning counter or jeton, or whether it is a hammered. It looks quite coppery. So let me know what you think. And lastly, we've got the English silver, which everyone loves. One of the bargains of the day was this. Carefully pick it up. It is a 1937, 50% silver crown, proper minty. I mean, that is just an absolute belter. There's a couple of few bag marks on his chin, but that is, you know, you've still got the niceness there. He is a real minty one. He got others as well, and I should have bought the others because I got this for 10 quid. And he wanted 10 quid for the others, but I picked out the best one because I wanted to save my money for other things, but I should have got the others because 10 quid's a steal. Checks out, it's been authenticated by a coin dealer, so yeah, fantastic. Then I got paid £4 for this. I got a 1898 half crown, sterling silver. Proper gone that side, and you know, pretty poor that side, and pretty poor this side, but yeah, no, still silver. It's lower than spot. I got it. Then this one I got for 66p. It's a 1943, 50% silver, pretty minty, quite tarnished. George VI half crown, so it's a 50% silver one. So yeah, really cool. Then out of the rummage box I picked out some roached silver, Victoria, and I think that's a William IV hole. I mean, the other side, there's no way of getting a date, they're just gone. So really the scrap, I mean, it's a shame with a William because nothing at all. It almost looks like it's been sanded flat. You can just make out the outline of his head. Then this one's actually a bull head sixpence. They're sixpences as well, but you can't quite make it out. It's really, really tarnished. Again, such a shame because it's really only worth scrap. I mean, this is just knackered. Then I got this one. If this wasn't hold, it would be a proper good coin. It's a proper minty. Again, 1896. And just look at, you know, real nice detail on her there. A bit tarnished, but if it wasn't for that blasted hole, it'd be a real good coin. But because of that hole, it's junky. I mean, I'll still keep it. I need it as a date filler. Then I got Edward threepence from 1908. These are all sterling. 1918, George V. A sixpence from sorry, let me read that. From 1898. So that's sterling as well, and a 1911 sixpence George V. These are all 50p each. Fantastic. These are about the same. Then again for 50p we've got 1934, 1933 and a 1920 50% silver threepences, and we've got a real nice unk with a few carbon spots. You still see it there. 1944 50% silver sixpence. The commoner's muck really, but it's nice to get an uncirculated one, really. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But my favourite find is between the real nice uncirculated 1937 one there and the 1954 Washington Quarter. So I'd just like to thank everyone who watches my videos really, and comments and stuff like that. As with all my videos, anything you see here is for sale, so before I do sell it on eBay, if there's anything you're interested in, send me a message or leave a comment, and yeah, I'll get back to you. And also, if you have any details on any of these coins that I've mentioned, do let me know, because I certainly don't know everything. I've been learning about coins for 6 months pretty intensively now, and it's a drop in the ocean. I still do make mistakes. But if you knew everything, what would be the fun in doing it? So thanks for watching. Please rate, comment and subscribe, and check out my other videos as well from some of the previous picks that I've done, and I'll catch you next time.